Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that help me stay disciplined and motivated on a daily basis. I think these can also be applied to someone who is just now starting their fitness, healthy living, healthy lifestyle journey, and also these could be applied to someone who is trying to get... What are you doing?
That ruined it?
What I was trying to say was that they can also be applied to someone who is trying to get back on the train tracks that have fallen off the train tracks, because sometimes it happens, and that's fine, because just like life, it's not going to be always linear. You're going to have your ups and downs, and you're going to have your plateaus, but the most important thing is to do everything in your power to implement those healthy decisions in your day-to-day life. So let's get right into it. I think the other ones won't be able to come to fruition if you haven't done the first. So tip number one is definitely to not dwell on your past. It is something that you definitely need to remember, but look back on your past, maybe your past self, your past decisions, your past eating habits, your past working out habits, your past lack of working out habits. And you need to use that to drive yourself forward and to keep yourself motivated and disciplined, because like everybody says, when people get asked all the time, how do you stay motivated? And everybody gives the answer, I'm not always motivated. They're right, and they say that it's discipline, and it is. But discipline is not that easy. Discipline becomes much easier when you have a past to look back on, and somewhere that may not be a place that was the healthiest for you, mentally and physically. So don't dwell on the past. Remember it and use it as fuel to fire you to keep pushing, sister. On to tip two. It's one that I think that everybody in the whole world should start to use. Tip number two is to surround yourself with people who support, encourage, and make you feel really good about yourself and the decisions that you make. That might sound like, check that one off, my family's awesome, my friends rock, but I think in the sense of how I'm talking about it is in the realm of media. Social media can take a toll on people. I think that if you follow the right accounts, if you create that space for it to be a positive place for you, it definitely can be. But I also think that there are some aspects of it that can really not be the healthiest for anybody. My parents always told me, and it's so true, and I apply it to most things in my life, but you can only control what you can control. And you can't control sometimes who you're around physically, but you are in complete control of who you follow on the internet, specifically social media. I've kind of adopted this attitude of, if something doesn't serve me, get rid of it. This was all about my mental health. I got to this point where if I was scrolling on Instagram and a post or an account made me feel some sort of way that isn't empowered and strong, then I would unfollow the account. And I want to stress this. It is okay to unfollow people on Instagram. It's okay to unfollow people on Facebook and Twitter. You don't have to follow people that you are friends with or acquaintances with in real life on social media if their accounts don't make you feel good. It's just a simple fix that took me a very, very, very long time to implement in my own life. So I know from experience that it's easier said than done. But once you get to a point where all you're seeing on your feed is stuff that makes you feel really good, it will eliminate that impending thought or impending vibe throughout your day just from looking at social media. It's easier said than done, but if your goal is to consume media that makes you feel good about yourself, only surround your media with things that make you feel good about yourself, and accounts that make you feel good about yourself, and people that will empower and inspire you and maybe teach you something. It's just that initial hitting the unfollow button and seeing those accounts that have a not so good effect on your mental health start to dwindle. And I bet you'll start to see a change in the way that you live your days. My third tip is to start small, especially if you're trying to get back on track or if you're just starting your health, mental, physical, healthy lifestyle journey. It is imperative to start small. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing kind of thing. That's something that I found hasn't worked for me. I haven't seen much success when I eliminate the foods that I love, and there is a way to eat I hate the word balanced. I hate the word balanced. Have the way that you eat and the way that you nourish your body live in harmony with all the foods that you love. You don't have to eliminate them. You just eat them in moderation. So maybe when you were eating 3 Oreos a day, maybe just eat 2 and then try eating just 1. Just making those smaller decisions throughout your day to make it less of an all or nothing and more of a, let me see if I can have all the foods I love come in harmony with the way that I'm nourishing my body. For example, I love pancakes. The pancakes that I used to eat were just normal pancakes. But now since I work out a lot and need a little bit more protein, I've started to eat protein pancakes. And that's a small change that I made so that I can get a win-win out of my breakfast by eating what I love, which is pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes to be exact, and also getting a little bit more nutrients out of it. That's gonna help me in the long run. Starting small also doesn't have to be food-wise. Say you like to drink a lot of soda. Maybe twice out of the week, instead of getting soda with your meal, you order a water. It can also be parking a little bit further away from the store you're going to shop at. It is just those small details in your day-to-day life that are going to help you in the long run and create these healthy habits that, if you're watching this video, I'm sure that you are striving or you are excited to continue implementing into your life. All right, tip number 4 kind of goes along with tip number 3. It's to eat mindfully. And when I say that, I mean, I used to eat so fast. I would sit down with my meal and be the first one down at the dinner table and then get seconds, maybe thirds. I was a really fast eater. When I started to make these healthier decisions in my life, eating fast was something that was a very slow process to change for me. I eat intuitively in the way that I think about it. It's just eating whenever my body tells me that I'm hungry and feeding it whatever it's feeling. If I want something sweet, I'm not gonna go eat a vegetable because I'm not gonna satisfy my hunger. If you want something sweet, eat something sweet. If I don't listen to my cues, if I don't feed my body what it wants, I'm gonna overfeed it that thing later. The other day I did this. I really wanted something sweet, didn't eat something sweet, so then I ended up eating like 6 things of cookie dough, 6 little squares of cookie dough. Later that night, my stomach was killing me. When in reality, I probably could have just eaten 2 cookies, 2 things of cookie dough when my body wanted sweets, and I would have been fine. Would have been fine. My body would have been satisfied. Some tips that really helped me when I was trying to start eating slower and more mindfully was putting your fork or utensil down between bites. Put it back on your plate. So take a bite of rice, put your fork back down while you're chewing. Then when you're done chewing, pick your fork back up with another bite, put it back in your tongue. I think it's a way to slow down the process of eating and also think about every bite you're taking. So this goes into my next tip for eating mindfully, is to be present with your food, which sounds a little weird, but if you think about your food and change your mindset to food being fuel and food being the thing that nourishes this beautiful thing that you call your skin suit, that everybody has. It's amazing and it's a gift, and it is truly a gift if you're able to fully appreciate how you fuel it. Really thinking about the food that you're eating helps me when I eat and I'm chewing and I'm thinking in my head, this food is gonna make me feel really good inside and out. That will definitely help that mindset change and that mindfulness when you're eating. My 5th and final tip is to drink a lot of water. I always have a water bottle with me no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm going. It's kind of like my pacifier. In my experience, when I'm dehydrated, I have lower energy, I have lower drive, I have lower fuel, I'm not inspired as easily, I don't want to work out because I don't feel good. So my suggestion is, if you don't drink a lot of water normally, or if you know that you're pretty dehydrated, to start to just carry around a water bottle with you. carry it to your desk at work. If you're going to the grocery store, take it in the car with you. It doesn't have to be everywhere you go, but having it with you more often than not, I feel as if when I have it with me, I'm more likely to drink more water. Also, another thing about prioritizing drinking a little bit more water every day and trying to make that more of a priority, you're also creating discipline within yourself, which drinking a little bit more water every day might not seem like the biggest thing, but like I said earlier in the video, it's those little acts of self-discipline, it's those little changes that you're gonna make in your day-to-day life. You create your reality and you create your environment, and you may not be able to completely control everything in your life or your body, especially mental health, but if you can make these changes that are completely in your control, if you can implement the smallest of things to make you feel a tiny bit better each day, it's improvement. And it's all about getting better each day. It's all about being better than you used to be. It's all about building yourself up and surrounding yourself with people that are gonna make you feel good. You got this. I believe in you. Oh, I got freaking passionate. I am by no means a medical professional, a doctor, a nutritionist, anything like that, but I am someone who has lived in a skin suit that I wasn't happy with. These are tips that help me get out of that place and help me get to where I am today. If you try to implement any of these tips into your day-to-day life, please let me know how it's going. I can be a resource in answering any questions you might have about my journey or being a person that you can touch base with. But I hope that you liked this video and it was helpful in one way or another. I love you guys. You are a strong, strong, strong person, and you can do this. Mwah.